1:15, this is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Catherine Pereira and read by Niranjan Abesundara. Minister Dr. Bandargula Madana said that President Ranil Wickremesinghe is the only leader who mediates to prevent the country from bankruptcy. It has been advised to the Coast Conservation and Coastal Resource Management Department to identify places of tourist attraction in the surrounding of the coastal belt. International support has been received to the program initiated by the President Ranil Wickremesinghe to rebuild the country. Death toll rises to 10 after bus collides and topples off bridge into river. In world news, Joe Biden in UK to meet Sunak and King Charles amid Ukraine concerns. Ms. Dr. Bandargula Madana said President Ranil Wickremesinghe is the only leader who mediates to prevent the country from bankruptcy. He stated that if implemented the Financial Management Responsibility Act in 2003, presented by the then Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, the country will not be bankrupt. After that, the government that ruled did not take any measures to implement the act. He made his remarks while participating in the Data Singhata program of the SLBC. Minister Prasanna Ranatunga has advised the Coast Conservation and Coastal Resource Management Department to identify the places of tourist attractions in the surrounding coastal belt. He also pointed out the suitable investors should be sought with the support of the state institutions and the private sector, including the Urban Development Authority. He made the remarks at a discussion held at the Urban Development Authority and the Ministry of Housing at Satsiripaya. The department has already identified 24 such new places of tourist attraction. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
A comprehensive banking services package with a branded checkbook as well as debit and credit card exclusively for you.
Presidential Senior Advisor Sagala Ratnaka said that international support has been received to the program initiated by the President Ranil Wickremesinghe to rebuild the country. The people have placed their confidence on him on developing the economy of the country. It has been revealed that business ventures that have collapsed during the past period are rebuilding. He made his remarks at a meeting held at Rakwana. He said that the objective of the President is to rebuild the country with the support of all parties. The death of 2 more persons have been reported after a passenger bus collided in the Kotaliya bridge at Manampitia and toppled into the river last night, bringing the death toll to 10. Meanwhile, 41 more persons who sustained injuries in the accident were admitted to the Polonnaruwa Hospital, police said. A bus travelling from Polonnaruwa to Katlankudi collided on the Kotaliya bridge at Manampitia and toppled into the river on Sunday night after the driver is believed to have lost control of the vehicle. Police further stated that the driver was not in the possession of a valid license to transport passengers and instead issued non-legal permit provided by the Eastern Provincial Council. That was local news.
Elevate your life with People's Bank Excelsior. A comprehensive banking services package with a branded checkbook as well as debit and credit card exclusively for you.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
A group from the Thai Buddhist Mission has arrived in the island to mark 270 years commemoration of Upasampada to the island brought by the Siam Upala Theatre from Thailand. The mission is included 8 bhikkhus and 70 representatives. They expect to strengthen the religious and cultural ties between the two nations. They are scheduled to visit Anuradhapura, Dalada Maligava, Nelligala Buddhist Center and Kelaniya Rajamavihara. That was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
On to Watchlight, it has been reported that the main road across the Varapitia in Katuwana Pulikargala is in a dilapidated condition. Thousands of families that use the road are facing many hardships due to this reason. The requests authorities to renovate the road as soon as possible. Well, that came to you in Watchlight. We move on to world news. Joe Biden in UK to meet Sunak and King Charles amid Ukraine concerns. 6 dead in China kindergarten stabbing. Zelensky honors Poles killed by Ukrainians in World War II Volhynia massacre. US President Joe Biden has landed in the UK ahead of a NATO summit in Lithuania later the week, which comes after several allies questioned his call to send cluster bombs to Ukraine. UK and Canada are among those who voiced concern about supplying the bombs, which are widely banned because of the danger they pose to civilians. US said they are needed because Ukraine's weapons stocks are dwindling. On Monday, Mr. Biden will meet UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. Two men are expected to discuss various issues, including the war in Ukraine. 6 people have been killed and 1 injured in kindergarten stabbing in China's southeastern Guangdong province, police told the BBC. Police said they've arrested a 25-year-old man with the surname Wu in Liangjiang town. Victims are 3 children, a teacher and 2 parents, AFP reported, quoting a spokeswoman for the city government. Attack happened yesterday. Man was arrested at Ames Street. Police have called for the case of international assault. A store owner who works near the kindergarten told the BBC the surrounding area had been sealed. Attack has sparked widespread conversation across Chinese social media platforms, with many users responding in shock. Ukraine's President Vladimir Zelensky and his Polish counterpart have jointly commemorated the Poles murdered by Ukrainian nationalists in 1943 Volhynia massacre. In a Catholic cathedral in western Ukraine, Mr. Zelensky and President Duda placed candles to honor the tens of thousands who were killed. Poland is one of Ukraine's closest allies against the Russian occupation, but the Volhynia slaughter remains a dark cloud in their relations. Ukraine nationals, led by Steven Bandera, operated in German-occupied territory. And back to the headlines of the world news. Joe Biden in UK to meet Sunak and King Charles and UK concerns. 6 dead in China kindergarten stabbing. Zelensky honors Poles killed by Ukrainians in World War II Volhynia massacre. That was world news.
Development news.
Minister of Transport, Highways and Mass Media, Dr. Bandulu Gunawardene, say the construction of the Port Access Elevated Highway will be completed by September 2024. He made the remarks when addressing a media briefing yesterday after joining a group of officials to observe the progress of the construction of the project. That was development news.
Go ekak thiyana youth ekat life eke change ekat niyamata set wenna as wahagena dakapu hina habe karanna youth ekat niyamata set wenna friendship ekak menna.
The all new NSB Ithru account, NSB IAM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Minister of Transport, Highways and Mass Media, Dr. Bandulu Gunawardene, said that construction of the Port Access Elevated Highway will be completed by September 2024. He made the remarks at a briefing yesterday. That was Business News.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekak thiyana youth ekat life eke change ekat niyamata set wenna as wahagena dakapu hina habe karanna youth ekat niyamata set wenna friendship ekak menna.
The all new NSB Ithru account, NSB IAM, a plan for your dream.
Moving on to sports news, the second T20 match between visiting New Zealand women team and Sri Lanka women team is being played at the Pisara Oval Stadium in Colombo. New Zealand team won the toss and invited Sri Lanka team to bat first. Sri Lanka women scored 118 runs for 6 wickets at the end of their 20 overs. In reply, the New Zealand team scored 177 runs for 1 wicket at the 12th over. That was sports news.
And now in economic news.
And back to the headlines of the afternoon news. Ms. Dr. Bandulu Gunawardene said President Ranil Wickremesinghe is the only leader who mediates to prevent the country from bankruptcy. It will advise the Coast Conservation and Coastal Services Management Department to identify the places of tourist attraction in the surrounding of the coastal belt. International support has been received to the program initiated by the President Ranil Wickremesinghe to rebuild the country. Death toll rises to 10 after bus collides and topples over.